episode number 233, Camaro Heat 2019. Welcome to the Camaro Show.
A podcast about all things Camaro and GM Performance News.
I'm Chris Frezza.
And I'm Jason Debler.
We're your hosts for this week's episode of the Camaro Show. Want to be part of our show? It's easy.
Just leave a message on our voicemail hotline at 586-486-3182.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And welcome back, everyone, for another exciting episode of the Camaro Show. I'm Chris.
I'm Jason.
What's up, dude?
Oh, man, we had a nice week off. And
we did?
Yeah.
Best of show last week.
Best of.
Took a little vacation. You know, did you get to relax a little bit?
Not really. No, and I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, Jason always has a funny story. Nothing like our friend Mario, but
no.
Close.
Oh, God.
What'd you do? What'd you do with your week?
I took a couple days, went out to California, visited Mr. Port, and had some Cali food, and had a nice relaxing time. Visited the new Apple spaceship headquarters. It was
how was that?
Oh, dude, it's like, oh my God, it's incredible. I couldn't imagine how many billions. You know, they have it though. So, you know, to put that together.
I wonder how they got that money.
Oh my God, it was just incredible. So, yeah, I had a good time.
Chris, what kind of computer are you talking to me on right now?
I'm talking to you on a MacBook Air.
Yeah, I'm talking to you on a MacBook Pro. And I got an iPhone next to me, and I got this, and I got an Apple Watch on my wrist, and Apple. You know what? 20 years ago, not a chance in hell.
No, we were all Dell. We were 100% Dell, weren't we?
That's right, we were.
Yeah. Well, the only Windows machine I have in my house now is this Surface. I've got a Surface laptop that I barely use, and that's only because sometimes I need to do something on Microsoft here, but very rarely. But
the only Windows machine I have is sitting next to me, and I'm going to dismantle it and part it out on eBay.
Wow.
Because I haven't used it in years, and I do have Parallels on my MacBook Pro.
Perfect. So if you need to run a Windows app or whatever, you can run it on there.
Sometimes I do, but not too often.
Wow.
It's
beautiful.
Scary. It's scary.
Yep. We're getting old.
Yeah. You know what else is scary?
What?
Well, that too. Yeah. Well, we all are. Who's not?
Yeah.
The weather.
The weather's getting scary?
Well, it is scary. Here in Studio South, Nashville, Tennessee, it's mid-September, and it's still high 90s.
Yeah, we hit a couple 90 degrees this week here, too. It's pretty nuts, huh? It's 63 right now, though.
Oh, 60? Dude, what? No, you suffer with the rest of us. It's 7:38 p.m. as we record this, and it's still 87 degrees out.
Dang.
We're all going to die. Okay. We do have some cool Camaro stuff. Camaro Heat 2019. It talks about that's a reference to the weather, but we do have some hot Camaro news. Let's start with what should we start with? We're going to talk about this whole e-Copo Camaro.
So,
yeah,
let's talk about that first, because we followed the story initially, saying that last year at SEMA, Chevrolet kind of came out and surprised everybody with this electric Copo Camaro, and they called it the e-Copo, and the thing was incredible. It was like silent dragster, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, they put it to auction. I don't know what it sold for, right? So
I don't know if it did.
It didn't. Muscle Cars and Trucks put out this article this week. They reached out to Russo and Steel Monterey, and it never sold. I don't know if it didn't hit the reserve or what, but when it crossed the block at Monterey auction in August, Russo and Steel estimated that it would go from anywhere between $425 and $525. Well, that may seem steep. It would have made it quite the novel addition to someone's garage. But nobody bought it.
I'm surprised Rick Hendrick. Well, actually, we don't know. But maybe he threw a bid in, but
yeah,
a half $500,000.
Once again, we didn't know what the reserve was on it, so maybe it was, 500 or something like that. And people were like, "That too steep for me for a one-off electric car."
Yeah, maybe down the road it might be worth something, but $500,000? No. You know what they should have done? They should have started at the exact same price as a regular Copo and let the bidding go. They might have hit like twice what the regular Copo price would have been.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Interesting. Kind of, does this kind of predict more like what the market is going to do? Like if there was an electric Corvette or an electric Camaro, how do you think that would be felt by the enthusiasts in the market?
I think it feeds very well into what we talked about with Manny from Muscle Cars and Trucks in one of our previous shows. The world just isn't ready for it. They don't get it. They don't understand it, and they're afraid of it. And that's fine. That's normal. But also, it's $500,000.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to buy a nice house in California.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Are you ready to drop it?
I'm not ready to drop $500,000, but I'm ready for an electric race car.
Yeah, I think I am too.
I drove a Tesla.
Yeah, so you did that just last week.
We drove in one of the new Model 3s.
We've talked about this for years, right?
Yeah, it starts at $32,000. And then you get a $7,500 tax credit. Okay.
For which state?
For any state.
Any state. Okay.
Yeah. In some states, it's even more. But dude, I think it's when we maxed it out, it was like around $54,000 for the dual motor, carbon fiber wing, everything in it. 0 to 60 in like 2.6 seconds. Sick acceleration. I mean, face plastering acceleration. I loved it. I loved it.
Do you think if more people would just get in there and get in the passenger seat and experience that 0 to 0/1, the IO
maybe
thrust,
maybe
that they might say, hey, there's something here.
Yeah. And this is a 4-door sedan. This is a 4-door car. This is no sports car. This is an electric car that goes 320 miles per charge and 30 minutes to recharge.
And does 0 to 60 in what?
Like 2.6 seconds?
C8 what?
That's what I told the guy. He goes, yeah.
Chris,
it's got autopilot, auto parking, auto summon. Just, I don't know, man. I think this is the future, bro. This is the future.
Cars are going to go from being cars to just another appliance.
Yeah.
To where it just does stuff for them.
And then there's only one display inside, and that's it. It's like a giant looking iPad. That's it. The only other buttons in the whole car are 2 on the steering wheel. That's it.
So I don't have to worry about my wife messing around with the radio when I'm trying to drive?
Nope. But if that screen goes out, you're screwed.
What's the warranty on it?
3 years.
Oh, yeah. You're screwed.
That's what I said to the guy. He goes, oh, you just buy the extended warranty and blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Of course you do.
Of course
Because nobody ever made money off extended warranties.
No.
But still.
But anyways, since we were talking about electric, I wanted to compare. I wanted to get hands-on with the Tesla. Drove a Model S in 2014. That was 5 years ago.
Gosh, has it been that long?
The car. They said they're just selling so many of the 3s right now. That's predominantly what they're selling.
Wow.
Yeah.
I should give it a try.
You should.
I'm just afraid to. I'm afraid I might like it.
If you got a Tesla store near you, go buy and test drive one, dude.
I think we do have one down in Franklin.
Yeah. Go play with one.
What's funny is it's like the guy that I can just picture this, and maybe I'm wrong, but I just picture the guy that's like, yeah, I've had my 72 Chevelle for ever since I was a kid, and check this out, you can't get an electric car to do this. It's just electric car is like, okay.
I mean, that's half the reason you buy a muscle car, right? For the noise, for the sound, for the yeah.
Clunkety clunkety hunkety chunkety. Yeah. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm stereotyping way too much. Says the guy that's got a Corvette with a fuel leak in his garage right now.
Didn't you get that fixed?
No, I'm still waiting for I'm actually going to do a little bit more work to it. Since they're going to drop the one tank, I'm going to have them replace the fuel sending unit and the other tank, because eventually it'll go bad too.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just working out a long-term plan because I love that car so much. It's probably going to be the last non-electric car I'll ever buy. Maybe.
Wow.
You never know.
Wow.
All right. So last week, while you were messing around with, slot cars, I decided that I'm going to get up on Saturday morning and head up to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and go to LS Fest.
That's right. LS Fest was last weekend. How was that?
That's right. Oh, I don't know. Because I got about 4 or 5 miles outside of the track, and it was a dead standstill. And according to my navigation, I wasn't going to get there inside of another 3 hours. So I managed to get out of traffic, and I drove back home.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to get up early tomorrow and go. Yeah, I didn't do that because when I got home that Saturday, that day, I said, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to hand wash my daily driver. I haven't done that in a couple of years, like really thoroughly. And so I did that. And if you know me, Chris, which I know you do, I don't just stop at just the hand wash and then I go inside and watch TV. 6 hours later, my wife is treating me for sunburn, but the Jeep looked good. I am still sunburned. It's been almost a week.
Wow.
I'm still sunburned. It was pretty bad. But I've proven that I know how to clean and detail the hell out of a vehicle that I've had for 7 years. It looks great.
Wow. That's cool.
You know what I can attribute that to? Armor Shield.
Armor Shield.
I love that stuff. That's why I keep doing YouTube videos about it.
Can't say enough good things about it.
I can't. Believe it or not, I sold all my Xano.
Because you don't need it.
I don't need it anymore. I've been sitting on it and haven't used it in well over a year. I just don't use it. Not that it's not good. It's always good.
You just don't need it.
This is just different. Just different. So, I love making videos about it on my YouTube channel because it just works. It's really weird. I should have embraced it a lot earlier than I did. But anyway, if anybody's interested in checking it out, check out my YouTube channel. Just go to injasonsgarage.com, look for my Armor Shield playlist, and there's a coupon code in there where you can get $25 off. Try it. You might like it.
Okay.
That's just me.
Cool.
You haven't tried it yet, right?
No.
I should just send you some. Well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
September.
Douche.
All right, let's get back to some Camaro news. This has been an off and on, hot and cold topic ever since 6LE Designs brought that IROC to SEMA 3 years ago.
Yeah,
GM
2 years
finally
ago.
just abandoned the IROC name.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 6LE Designs, they registered it, so I think they just gave up on it.
Yeah, which is really weird because it was so popular. In fact, a lot of people are like, bring back the IROC. Check out my 72 Chevelle. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, according to Chevy Hardcore, and they're reporting on another, GM abandoned the patent filing on July 25th of this year. That's it.
Done. So,
Yeah. I mean, what else can you say about that? But, all right, whatever.
do they say it's one of the most recognizable Camaro packages produced?
I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean, do you think it's a big deal, or do you think that the IROC Z name went by the way of the buggy whip? Or
I do. I think so. I think it's been done for a long time. And in fact, I remember back in the 80s when the IROCs were real big, no one ever called it a Camaro. It was always, hey, got a ride. Yeah, you got an IROC? No. Do you got an IROC? Yeah. It wasn't your, Chevrolet Camaro IROC Z. It was your IROC. Remember that?
It was starting to become the Kleenex of cars, or the, off mosquito spray of cars.
Yeah.
You name it.
And then after Chevrolet didn't make an IROC, it went to Daytona, right? It went to the Daytona IROC
for
Z.
like a couple years, yeah. Well, I don't know if it was an IROC Z. I think it was IROC Daytona.
Okay.
The reason why they call it IROC Z is because it was a Z28.
Okay.
You know what? They had a good thing going, though, because IROC just sounded cool. It sounded, you can say, listen, I just picked up a new IROC. It just sounded right. But that was then.
And this is now.
Nobody could say I just picked up an IROC Daytona. Well, actually, those IROC Daytonas are pretty cool, too, for being...
My neighbor had one.
A Daytona. Yeah. I don't know. Even when I had my 1996 Camaro SS, coworker was like, did you drive your IROC to work today? I'm like, dude, man, it's not an IROC. It's Camaro SS. Whatever. Same difference. Like, no, it's not.
It was a Dodge Daytona IROC RT.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
At least they gave it a good shot. They did. They were neat cars. They were good looking for the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you know what? At first I was like, yeah, whatever. But now I'm kind of like feeling kind of melancholy and reminiscent about it.
Yeah. You know, the older I get, the more I think back to those days in the 80s, maybe even early 90s. Like, man, you look on the road now and you don't see any of those cars anymore. You don't see the Dodge Omnis or the old LeBarons or the New Yorkers or the, you know what I mean? The Citations or the Chevy.
Oh, thank God.
The Chevy Celebrities or the Astro vans.
There was a 2-door Celebrity. I test drove one. I almost bought it.
You know, it's just...
it was just a big Cavalier is what it was, or a big Citation.
I'm borrowing my mom's Buick Skyhawk. That's what I would drive predominantly. Or the Buick Century.
Mm-hmm. My buddy had a Skyhawk. God, that was cool. It was cool at the time. You know what? Freaking cut off jeans and Quicksilver t-shirts and white Nike shoes and Coke and glass bottles and neon t-shirts or hypercolor t-shirts. Remember those?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what? Chrome wheels and rock and roll all night long.
We're the kids from the 80s, man.
Well, we are, you know, and I missed it. I missed that 80s window. I did not get to enjoy the 80s because by the time the 80s were done, it was the 90s. And then, well, everything went to crap by then.
Then everybody stopped taking a shower and looked like crap. And
thanks, Kurt Cobain. Yeah. You know what? At least, you know, they stopped making music. All right. I do miss the 80s. I miss a lot about the 80s. Max Headroom and the Rolling Stones not looking like mummies and
Back to the Future and
Back to the Future. God, to me it'll always be timeless. We talk about Back to the Future often in this show just because it means so much.
It's my favorite movie and there's so much pop culture built from that movie alone.
Do you think that they knew how lasting it would be when they made that movie?
I don't think so. No. Kind of like George Lucas didn't know what he was getting into with Star Wars.
He was doing cokes off Princess Leia's ass.
God.
Anyway, speaking of Coke and glass bottles, excuse me. No, we can reminisce about this for hours. We just won't. We'll spare you. Quick thing. Ending on the 15th, I got a giveaway going on. I'm for my YouTube channel since I mentioned it before. Gunk. You know Gunk?
Yeah.
They've been around for longer than we've been alive.
What's another product that people use the name as? This is all gunked up. Yeah, this is gunk.
I don't know where the name come from. I should probably ask them. But they reached out to me and they said, hey, you know what? We got this product, these degreasing wipes. You want to try some? And I said, you know what? I think I'll make a video and I'll take your challenge. You can degrease an engine with just your wipes. Your wipes.
See, I like it just for the purpose of you just clean your tools with it. Just your hands and your tools, dude. Otherwise, it looks like it just takes way too long to clean your engine.
Well, that's the thing is that you're really not. It's not designed to clean your engine. They're just saying yes, you can. Right. It's capable of doing it, and I proved it. I proved it in one of my videos, and they sent me a bunch to do the video. But then they also sent me some extras. And I'm like, well, I'll just give them away to people. So I wanted to make this cool contest. Chris, you're going to link this up in the show notes.
You bet.
It's easy to enter. You just got to watch a couple of videos, and that's about it. There's some more. You can get some bonus entries, but ends on the 15th of September. I've got more giveaways going on because as my YouTube channel grows, and Chris, you know how this goes. People are like, hey, here's some more stuff. Test it and all that. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to test it, I'm going to give some away too. So There's plenty more where that came from.
Nice.
Yeah. So Chris, link it up at the show notes.
Yep,
and
do that.
Hopefully somebody from the show will win a Gunk prize pack. I actually have 5 prize packs to give away.
I'm signed up.
Well, you know what? If you win, I'm just going to go to the next winner.
Of course. Okay.
No, if you want some, you can try it too. All right. We got to move on. How many voicemails
we got one voicemail here, so let's
just one after 2 weeks.
Yeah, let's go ahead and play this.
All right.
Hey guys, this is Sean from Oceanside, back from vacation, Caribbean cruise. Did see a Camaro, a 5th gen. I think it was Aruba or one of those islands. I was pleasantly surprised. It was a nice 5th gen RS, fully loaded. The guy let me take a picture of it, and I did post it on your Facebook page. Anyway, one thing I did want to mention, I noticed, I was looking at pictures of the new V8 LT Camaro, the LT1 or whatever it's called, and I noticed something about the brakes, and I did mention this. I think I called in about a year and a half ago about this. A way to save money would be to have the cheaper brakes, the regular Camaro brakes, and that's what they did. They did like Mustang. They put the Brembos in front, but the regular kind of standard GM brakes in the back, and I think that was a smart thing to do. Mustang had been doing it, and I think your regular consumer is not really going to be, too worried about that. The brakes well enough, but I think that was a smart move, a way to cut costs, and I think probably having the Brembos up front is satisfactory for most users. So anyway, just thought I'd mention that, and hope you guys are having a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Sean from Oceanside. Hope you had a good vacation, buddy. I saw your pictures there on that cruise. That looked beautiful. Beautiful. Anyways, he's touching on the LT1 Camaro, which is going to be the new base Camaro, it's out now. It's the 2020.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And how they changed the brakes too. The kind of like they just had the Brembos in the front and the regular brakes in the back. And I think when we did that interview when we were at Camaro Fest, and they talked about how the entry model V8 car is not going to be a track ready car. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how they talk about, the Camaro SS, can be a track ready car, but this one is not designed for the track. This one is designed for it's got a great V8, it's got the LT1 V8 motor, but it's not going to be used for the track. It's going to be used for cruising.
Right. Most people's usage, right? I mean, it's badass to have the top of the line, most track capable vehicle, but how often do people really use that?
Yeah, if you're just going to back it out of your garage and drive it down the street and pull it back in, what's the point of having it?
That's me. Honest to God, that's me.
Well, I mean, some people want that, but this is now an option for people who don't want that or don't need that. Yeah, and they're just looking at their pocketbook. They're like, hey, V8 sounds good. Same horsepower, not as much creature comforts. Hey, sign me up. Ding. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful.
And look at it this way. You can buy the LT1, and then if you encounter somebody that buys the ZL11LE on the street, chances are they don't know what they're doing with the car anyway. So, and I've encountered this. And so if they want to race, fine, race them. You'll probably beat them because they don't know what they're doing. No, really.
It can be, so that's the case of someone who's got more money than brains, too.
It happens day in and day out. I'm one of them.
Yeah, but you know what your car can do.
I know what I can do, and I'm afraid of it sometimes.
Thanks for calling in, Sean.
Yeah, always good to hear from you, buddy.
Yeah. If you guys want to give us a ring, let us know what's on your mind. If you want to talk about the new V8 LT1 Camaro, here's how.
Hey, want to be part of this show?
Well, we want to hear from you.
Just hit our digits at 586-486-3182, 24 hours a day.
Leave us a message, and we'll feature it in an upcoming show.
So what are you waiting for? Do it now.
Yeah, do it now. We'd love to hear from you.
Now, do it now.
Do it now.
Now. All right. Let's go on to the next thing. Bruh. How's about... Let's take a little diversion here.
Okay.
Let's. What do we got? How much time we got left? Let's be careful here.
We got 5 minutes.
Oh my God! All right. Let's see here. Let's do this real quick. Station identification, as Al Kaline used to say on the Tiger Games. SEMA show. SEMA show is coming up in less than 50 days.
Yes. Looking forward to it. To it.
We are going to have a meet and greet Wednesday, November, and we want you The first Wednesday in November, isn't it? What day is that? We screw this up. I screw this up every time. It is November 6th.
Okay.
November 6th. And we are doing a meet and greet at the MGM Grand.
Yep, and I'm looking it up right now because normally we would do it at Excalibur at Octane. Octane is no more.
Yeah. I had the Camaro, the 5th gen Camaro font and everything in it.
Oh, that was a great place, too. It was right across from your favorite place, the Thunder from Down
My
Under.
favorite place. They taught me how to dance, man. How could it not be my favorite place?
Oh, man. I'm looking at there's this.
Thunder from Down Under.
So MGM Grand has this. Let me see if I can look it up. It's a restaurant? It's not a restaurant.
What is?
It's
where
like
are we gonna?
it's like a barcade. I can't remember the name of it. It's got an arcade. It's got some arcade games. It's got like stuff you can play. Like was it ping pong? What is that called when you bounce the ball into the glasses? Hell, I'm too old. What the hell is it?
Are you talking about beer pong?
Yes, beer pong. It's got a beer pong table. But it's got a big bar in the middle, plenty of room to just walk around, and that's what we like because we like to walk around and talk to people. I think it's got virtual reality there, but that's not what it's all about. It's the area.
It's all about just us getting together and just talk stuff and get to know each other because we talk about this a lot. We used to get online to find ways to meet people. Now we meet people and then connect with them online.
Right.
It's really weird.
Here it is. It's called Level Up.
Oh yeah, sounds pretty much like everything
New
else.
face of entertainment. Yeah, it's over. I'm trying to remember. So if you remember, the Rainforest Cafe, where the Rainforest Cafe used to be at MGM Grand, this is where it is now.
Oh, they got rid of that?
Oh yeah, this is where it's at now.
Oh, good, because that thing was stupid.
But yeah, they got virtual reality there. It's just a big, nice bar in the middle. You can walk around. And,
I have a hard enough time dealing
drink.
with actual reality.
And I remember last year, me, Port, and David Hamburger went there on that Wednesday night before we left and had a drink, and it was just dead. And I was like, this would be a good location if Octane ever closed. And what do you know?
Ta-da!
Octane
happened.
closed.
Complete side note. Gaming mecca complete with 5 decades worth of arcade games and pinball machines and basketball courts, craft cocktails, and upscale bar food is heading to South Nashville. Game Terminal, Super Arcade and Bar is slated to open this fall in former truck building terminal. 10,000 square feet of video games.
Wow.
Yeah, can't wait.
Cool.
Beer, video games, nostalgia. Love it. And that's exactly what we're going to experience this November.
Yeah. There's only a couple video games at this one. It's nothing big.
What?
No.
I don't want to go
I
there.
think it's like
Let's go
Street
somewhere.
Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anyway, so if you want to attend and hang out with us and play some video games or Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and then buy Chris and I some beers, how do we keep people involved in this?
What I'll do is I will create a Facebook event like I normally do, and then I'll start sending out the invites.
All right, cool.
You guys
Cool.
I'll link it up in the show notes, and if you guys want to come, you guys can come. It's cool.
I know a lot of our listeners are going to be at SEMA because they're in the industry, and we would love to meet you and just hang out with you.
Yeah.
Just talk stuff, talk shop, or not talk shop.
Level up.
Level up.
Open-
Very cool. Thanks for putting this together, Chris. I'm
Open
looking forward to
until
this.
4
because
a.m.
I missed SEMA last year.
Yeah.
For the first time in like 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, we are out of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to put off a few things for next week. One, an article that you linked to, Chris, that we're going to talk about 25 cars that you shouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I looked at some of them and I agree. What does the Jeep Wrangler have to do with the Camaro, Mustang, Challenger, and Corvette?
Exactly. Huh?
But it does. And let's see here. I was talking to somebody about doing donuts, and they said, donuts? What's that? Like burnouts? And I said, yeah, donuts, Brodies. And they're like, what's a Brody? We talked about this a few years ago, and
Yeah,
I
we
think
talked
it's
about
time
this
we
last year.
talked about it again. Yeah, let's talk about it again because it's fun. And, of course, we always want to know how we can make our show better. Feel free to get in touch with us via the normal means. Chris, how's the best way to do that?
You can contact us right through the Facebook page, facebook.com/Camaro Talk Show. Hit us up on Twitter, Camaro Show, Instagram, Camaro Show, or just give us a call here or right through our website, CamaroShow.com. Very easy.
Yep. Always appreciate. We have fun. We enjoy you listening, and hopefully you can buy us some beers.
You ready to get out of here?
I'm ready to get out of here because we got to get up early and order iPhones.
Woohoo! We'll see you guys next week. See ya.
All right. See ya.
Thanks for listening to The Camaro Show.
Don't forget, drop us a voicemail at 586-486-3182.
We'll see you next week. See ya.